guys, my name is Craig and welcome to Peri Solutions. In today's video, we are going to talk about how we calculate the equation of a straight line, which is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. So there are two scenarios in which you can be asked to calculate the equation of a straight line, right? So the first one is when we're given a point in the gradient, and the second scenario is when we're just given 2 points. So we're going to look at both scenarios, and like I mentioned before, this equation of a straight line which you'll be required to find, this is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. So looking at scenario 1, right, whereby we'll be given a point and the gradient, and we are asked to calculate the equation of a straight line. For example, let's say we're told that we need to calculate the equation of a line that passes through the point 211. So let me write this in blue. So this line passes through the point 211 at a gradient of 3, right? So we are given this information, and we are asked to find the equation of a straight line, right, which is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. So basically our task with this first scenario will be to simply calculate c, which is the y-intercept. So this is how we calculate c. We know that this is the x coordinate, that's the y coordinate, and this is the gradient m, right, which is 3. So we substitute these into the equation y is equal to mx plus c, then we solve for c. So we're saying y, which is 11, is equal to m, 3 multiplied by x, which is 2, then plus our constant c, right? So that's 11 is equal to 6 plus c, which is taking 6 to the left-hand side, c would be equal to 5, like that. So now we can then fully write the equation as, so you can say therefore y is equal to m, which is 3x plus c, which is 5. So now this is the equation of that line. The line which passes through the point 211 at a gradient of 3. Now let's look at the second scenario. Second scenario is when we're given 2 points. So now given 2 points for which this line is passing through those 2 points, what we need to do, let's take this example. We're asked to calculate the equation of a line that passes through the points 1, 3 and 3, 7, like this, right? So our first task is to find the gradient of the line, because we need our equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So we need to have m being the gradient. So first of all, calculating the gradient here, m will be the change in y, which is 7 minus 3, over the change in x, which is 3 minus 1, right? And we get 4 over 2, which is 2. So now we have a gradient, right? Next task, we need to calculate the y-intercept, which is c. But now, given 2 points, we can use either of these points. We can still just get the same value of c, right? So now, let's say we pick the first point, right? We're going to substitute y with 3, and then our m, we calculated it as 2, then times x being 1, plus c. So 3 is equal to 2 plus c. Taking 2 to the left-hand side, c will be equal to 1. So we can therefore say y is equal to m, which is 2x plus c, which is 1. And this would be the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So this is simply how we calculate the equation of a straight line. Now I'd like to attempt these 4 questions that require us to find the equation of the straight lines that passes through the following. So allow me to erase this part. Okay, so for number one, what do you have there? Okay, So for number 1, we need to calculate the equation of a line that passes through the point 2, 3 at a gradient of 2. So like we said, here we can simply directly substitute, then solve for the y-intercept, which is c. So I'm saying the value of y is 3, 3 is equal to m is 2, times x, 2 plus c. So 3 is equal to 4 plus c, and taking 4 to the left hand side, 3 minus 4 will give us minus 1. So c is equal to minus 1, such that the equation would be y is equal to m, which is 2, x plus c, c minus 1. So this is the equation of the line that passes through this point at a gradient of 2. Now moving on to number 2. Moving on to number 2, we need to calculate the gradient that passes the equation of a line which passes through the point 4, 3 at a gradient of minus 1. So I'm saying the y value there is 3. So I'm saying 3 is equal to m minus 1 times x, 4, then plus c. Such that 3 is equal to minus 4 plus c. And taking minus 4 to the left hand side, we've got 3 plus 4, which gives us a 7. So c is equal to 7. Such that the equation will be y is equal to m which is minus 1 times x, then plus c which is 7. So plus 7. This would be the equation of the straight line. Now moving on to number 3. So now for these last 2 examples, these are scenarios whereby we'll be just given 2 points, right? So for number 3, we need to calculate the equation of the line that passes through point 2, 1 and 4, 5, right? So like we said, we first of all need to calculate the gradient, which is given by the change in y over the change in x, right? So the change, or let me rather write it here. So the change in y shall be given by 5 minus 1 over the change in x, we shall be given by 4 minus 2. So we get 4 over 2, which is simply equal to 2. So this is the gradient that we have. And now we need to find the y-intercept, which is c. And I mentioned that we pick either of these 2 points to make the substitution. So in this scenario, let's say we pick the second one. So I want you to try using the first one and see if you're going to get the same value of c. Now I'm going to pick the second one. So y is 5. So I'm saying 5 is equal to y m, which is 2, times x there is 4 for the second point, then plus c. Such that 5 is equal to 8 plus c. And taking 8 to the left hand side, 5 minus 8 is equal to minus 3. C is equal to minus 3. So therefore, the equation will be y is equal to m. M, we calculated it as 2. mx plus c, c is minus 3. There we have it. So that's the equation that we need. And then lastly, for number 4, we need to calculate the equation of the line that passes through point 54 and 67, right? So calculating the gradient first, we're saying change in y over the change in x. So change in y shall be given by 7 minus 4 over the change in x. Change in x shall be given by 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5, then you get 3 over 1, which is just 3. So 3 is the gradient of the slide. And then now what we need to do, we need to solve for c, which is the y-intercept. Now I'm going to use the first point, but I want you to try using the second point and see if we get the same answer of c. So using the first point, 5, 4, we're saying y, which is 4, is equal to m, 3, x times x, 5, then plus c. 4 is equal to 15 plus c. And then taking 15 to the left hand side, we've got 4 minus 15, which is minus 11, to give us c. So c is minus 11, such that the equation will be y is equal to m, 3 times x, then plus c. C is minus 11, like that. And there we have it, the equation of the line that passes through 5, 4, and 6, 7 is y is equal to 3x minus 11. So this was simply looking at how we would calculate the equation of a straight line given these two scenarios whereby we're given a point and a gradient, and the second scenario being that we're just given 2 points. So please feel free to leave a comment, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.